Hi everyone, and welcome to LawSikho session on learning the law. तो आइए law सीखें. So today the topic of discussion is mean profit under CPC. Um, the spelling is given wrong here in this Bear Act of which I'm referring to, and the correct spelling is MESNE profits, not MEANS profit. It is although pronounced as means profit. Anyway, moving ahead, I'll start with an example of what it actually means. Let us say I have title and possession over a property X. Y comes by and devolves me out of my property, take wrongful possession of my property and starts using it. Meanwhile, in the usage, he starts getting profit out of my property. Legally speaking, the property belonged to me, the title and the position, but I was disposed of by Y wrongfully. So now the profits which Y received by utilizing my property, I, as a true owner of both title and possession of the property, want to have the amount of profit which Y received unlawfully back. So I want that money back, which Y used and gained out of my profit. So this entire profit is called the mean profit. So if you read, let us read section 12 and see what are the important ingredients of mean profit. It reads as these are the profits which the person receives wrongfully. That is, those profit which the person in wrongful position receive. Now it is not only actually received, or might with ordinary diligence would have received therefore. So we have one situation where the profit is actually received. Second is with ordinary diligence, they would have chances that he might have received it. The third important ingredient is the essence of interest on such profit. So it is not only the profits which will be given back to the lawful owner or the lawful person possession holder. It is the along with the interest which will be given back. There are certain things which are not included in mean profit in the definition of profit, and it is the improvement made in the land. Let us try to understand this another with our same example where Y disposed of Mr. X from his lawful possession of the property, and what Y did, he built certain flats on it and leased it out to third parties. Now the improvement made by Y on the property, that amount will be deducted. So this is the entire calculations which we have to do while studying mean profit. Now the object behind granting mean profit. What is the object behind mean profit? It is to compensate the person who was in the lawful authority and who has been wrongfully disposed of, who has been kept out of his position. So this is the entire object behind section 2 subsection 12 of CPC. Now how the assessments are done, how the calculation of means profit are done, it all depends on every facts of the case. On every other circumstances we have different way of assessment. Now one thing is for sure, that profits the defendant has gained, or the one who unlawfully disposed of, the lawful possession holder, the profit which has been gained by him or might have gained by him needs to be returned back to the lawful possession holder along with interest. Now, how is this interest calculated? It is again on court's discretion. There's 1965 Supreme Court authority on Mahant Narayan Das Ji case, which talks about that the interest shall not exceed 6% per annum. And one thing is present, that means profit is always discussed with reference to an immovable property. Now, this rate of interest can even be higher. I was working on one case where mean profit was awarded with at the rate of 9% per annum. So this position is existing no more. The case law which we discussed, it does not hold good in the eyes of law. However, let us talk about now deductions. That is what not is included while assessing means profit in the calculation, what to reduce. So as discussed, that we have to exclude the improvements part or the investment made by the person who's disposing of others. So this has to be excluded. Let us discuss about test to ascertain the means profit. So it is not what the plaintiff lost, but what the defendant gained. So whatever amount the defendant gained is to be given back to the original possession holder of the land, right? So let us again understand this with an example and illustration. That is a suit for title and possession where property in the hands of wrongful possession of the tenant. That is, I have a house X. Now Y, who's a tenant whom I have rented my flat, has sublet my flat. So it is a condition of a sublet where mean profit is to be awarded. So it will not be on the basis of what the actual rent is, but on the basis of value of the property. So these are the few examples and nitty-gritties, and it depends on fact to fact, every other case, how mean profit is to be decided and ascertained. So this was all on means profit, and with mean profit, we end our discussion on important definitions under CPC. We discussed what orders, decree are. We discussed order. We discussed judgment. We discussed legal representative. We discussed decree holder and judgment debtor under CPC. We ended with mean profit. If you believe any other important definition is missed, please write in the comment box below, and we'll get back to that portion as soon as possible. And also, we have discussed few important past year questions which are heavily asked in the legal services examinations of the judicial services examination or law officers examination, PPOs. And yes, this was all. So keep learning the law, and thank you so much. Stay tuned for more videos on learning the law on CPC and other subjects as well. Thank you so much.